Damon, can you believe it's been 4 years? It doesn't feel like it. Boy, it's like yesterday. I met this gentleman 4 years ago. I was city chairman, and Chairman Damon Carter at the time, he said Damon Welch is very interested in running for city council, and so on and so forth. Really enjoyed meeting him, meeting his family, his wonderful son Colin, beautiful wife Jim. Damon, come up and give your thoughts.
Also introduce Josh Webb. Thank you and good evening, fellow Republicans.
Good evening.
You're as bad as Sunday morning. Are you excited to be here this evening?
Yes.
Do you know why you're really here this evening? Do you really know why you're here? Some of you probably think you're here to celebrate the heritage of two great Republican presidents, Lincoln and Reagan. And you'd be right. Or maybe you think we're here to get better acquainted with candidates running in the May 3rd Republican primary. And we are, and you're right. Or you might even think you're here to be inspired, as we already have, by two gentlemen that are fighting the good fight on the state and federal level. State Treasurer Richard Murdoch and 9th District Congressman Todd Young. Amen. I was telling Congressman Young that I heard him on Bill Bennett's Morning in America on Wednesday morning. It was a pleasure to hear what he had to say. Some of you might even think you're here to honor and thank Mark Wynn for being such a great chairman and putting this event together. What do you think about that? These are all great reasons to be here, but let me tell you the real reason we're here tonight, why you should be celebrating tonight. The Internal Revenue Service gave us 3 more days to holidays. What, you're not excited about that? Congressman Young, Treasurer Murdoch, fellow candidates, guests, and those watching on television. I'm honored and excited to share this evening with each and every one of you. About 4 years ago, I was sitting at home minding my own business, sharing a wonderful evening with my wife Jenny, when I get this phone call. I won't mention any names. And he asked me if I might consider running for a city council position. I said, me? You talking to me? Well, you know, let's face it, when you get asked to do something like that, you kind of puff up a little bit. So I said, I'm flattered, but no thanks. As I was getting ready to hang up, I was asked one more question, where I'd at least take a couple of days to think about it, talk to my family and some friends, and then he would check back with me. So being the polite person that I am, I said I would. About 4 months ago, I was asked by a few friends if I would consider running for mayor. I said, me? You're talking to me? I'm flattered, but I don't think so. Well, would you at least take a few days, think about it, talk to some family and friends, and then we'll get back together. 3 weeks later, I figured out my problem. I couldn't get anybody to tell me not to do it. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. You didn't ask me. Seriously, after driving my wife Jenny crazy for about 2 weeks, she finally said to me one evening, I think you're just trying to get God to tell you not to do this. And you know, I think she might have been right. But speaking of running for office, how about the county elections last November? I'm convinced it's going to be several years before we really understand the historical significance of that election. Not necessarily because most of the winning candidates were Republican, but because the Republicans had such great candidates. And I know already great things are happening over there. We've got a lot of the officials here tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. Folks, I did run for council, and I'm serving on my 4th year. And I have declared my candidacy for mayor of Madison in the May primary. You know, the day that came out in the paper, one friend remarked to me that evening, I'm not sure whether I should say congratulations, good luck, or what the heck were you thinking? And I've had all 3 of those emotions. I was telling Dave a while ago that those of you who attend a lot of these events prior to an election, you have to listen to some bio information several times, so bear with me for a few moments while I introduce myself to those that may not know you. I was born and raised in Madison, attended E.O. Muncie Elementary, the old Madison Junior High on Broadway, and graduated from Madison Consolidated High School in 1971. I ran cross country track, participated in one of the first student government days at MCHS, and was elected student council president my senior year. I enrolled at the University of Kentucky in the fall of 1971 to pursue a business degree, while simultaneously joining the on-campus Air Force ROTC program. In the summer of 1973, I married my high school sweetheart, Jenny Kelly. We're in our 38th year of marriage. We moved to Lexington, and she worked full-time while I worked part-time and finished my schooling. In 1975, I received my business degree and was also commissioned an officer of the United States Air Force. Jenny and I spent 5 years on active duty. The last 3 years were spent in West Germany. I attained the rank of captain and was operations training officer for a squadron of over 100 personnel. We returned to Madison in 1983. Owned and operated Damon's restaurant in downtown Madison for almost 10 years. I always say it's nice to see people that ate there. And I've been in sales management in the hearing healthcare industry for the past 20 years. Jenny and I have raised 3 wonderful children here in Madison. Our daughter Gailey Batts, her husband Andy, and their daughter Emma Noel, our granddaughter, live in Madison. Our daughter Kirsty Henderson and her husband Kyle live in the Phoenix area, and our son Colin lives in Chicago. And by the way, our oldest daughter Gailey is expecting their second and our second grandchild in July, and we found out Kirsty is expecting in December. That'll be our 3rd granddaughter, so we're excited about that. We've been active members of North Madison Christian Church for 25 years. I've served on the elder board for 15 and currently serve as worship minister. I'm serving my 4th year as councilman at large for the city. Now, I suppose you could react to what I've just spouted off here in 2 different ways. First being, man, this guy can't figure out what he wants to do. And you know what? I hope I never do. I hope I never do. But hopefully this makes more sense to you. I'm not running for mayor to be running against any one person. I'm not running for mayor because I have a personal agenda, other than to do the best I can for the citizens of Madison. I'm running for mayor because I've been blessed with so many work and educational opportunities, which have helped me develop my leadership, management, and communication skills, as well as a work ethic that I believe will allow me to be an effective mayor. One person, and I know many would agree with me, one person can't do it all. You have to surround yourself with quality, experienced people that consider character and principles the most important part of decision making. And I pledge to do that. As I see it, government's main responsibility, whether it be federal, state, or local, is to provide protection and quality services for its citizens, and at times, act as a safety net for those who can't truly provide for themselves. As the late Councilman Bob May put it, and he was right many times, sometimes it's a matter of shutting up the barking dogs and filling potholes. And I agree with that. Other than that, we should be looking to provide an environment that promotes the entrepreneurial spirit, which will attract small businesses and services that provide good jobs. And then it's up to the citizens to prepare themselves for the job market and work hard to advance and then give back to their community. You know, as councilman at large over the past 3.5 years, I, along with Laura, Jim, Rick, Dave, and our Democratic colleagues have had the distinct privilege to see some great programs and or projects come a little bit closer to reality. I'm talking about such things as the new bridge project, sewer projects, improved highways, even the Heritage Trail, Bicentennial Park, just to name a few. And I want to be one of the first to thank past administrations and councils for laying much of the groundwork for what we're seeing happen today. Thanks for your hard work. Are we finished with the work? Absolutely not. We never will be. As you know, there are major challenges on the federal, state, and local level, but Madison will always be a wonderful work in progress. Future Madisonians, councils, and mayors will benefit from the groundwork we lay over the next few years. We will always be looking for ways to improve and preserve the uniqueness of our great city. Folks, we do have a very unique city. As a matter of fact, I recently attended an event featuring an expert in historic economic development. And this person was asked if he could look to another town as an example for us to follow. And he basically said, there is no other town like Madison, Indiana. And I agree with him. First of all, we are located on the banks of one of the most beautiful parts of the Ohio River. I would rate our riverfront, Main Street, and hilltop development over the past 20 years second to none. Each summer and fall, we are blessed with many wonderful festivals and events that draw thousands to our community. Many come just to visit our gardens and historically preserved homes, or hike in Clifty or the Heritage Trail. They spend dollars on the hilltop as well as downtown. Do you realize, I don't know if you thought about this, do you realize how many visitors we will get over the next year and a half just to watch our bridge being built? That's going to draw a ton of people to town. Do you realize that we have manufacturing facilities on the hilltop and downtown that produce products that are shipped to other states and countries that in turn bring dollars into our community and provide jobs? Do you realize that we have local businesses, banks, grocery stores, hospitals, churches, etc., that provide daily goods and services for our locals, and the dollars are recycled into our community? We have a growing retirement community, as Jim Lee has spoken about, and I'm one of them. I'm admitting that tonight, which is fantastic. They are active, they buy homes, they get involved, and they spend money. I guess what I'm trying to say, Madison has a very diverse yet interwoven economy, but I think sometimes we're guilty of tunnel vision. Because we might be involved or have a passion for one sector of our economy, we lose sight of the other parts. We can't be a bipolar community, a downtown or a hilltop, and expect to reach our full potential as a city. If we work hard and concentrate on how to make the different parts work together, people will come to visit, to open, relocate, and expand businesses, to retire, and the economy will be healthy. Let's build on our past and be creative yet realistic about our future. I'm ready. Are you? I heard someone say years ago that success happens when preparedness and opportunity meet. Folks, I didn't wake up one morning and announce to my parents when I was 10 years old that I wanted to be mayor of Madison. But I've been blessed with a lifetime of educational and work experiences in different states, different countries and cultures that I believe have uniquely prepared me for the opportunity to be a successful mayor of Madison. That's why I'm running for mayor. And let me conclude by saying that no matter what happens in May, I will fully support our ticket in the general election. Thank you.